Thank you. And Kay, we've got,
We'll call the roll. Cecilia, not with us. David is here. Ben? Here. Katie?
Here.
Jocelyn? And Ross and Marisol are out.
I wasn't feeling very creative, so just what's good? What's good? Something good that's happened in your life since we've last seen you? Well, I'm glad you like it, because you're next. Yeah, you're up first.
I spent the holiday in Southeast Michigan with my family. The whole family gets together. We've done this every year for the last 20 years. And guess who was the family euchre champion?
Love euchre.
Awesome. Thank you.
What's good? I got my grandniece to come over for a sleepover this weekend.
You said what?
My grandniece came over for a sleepover.
I know. That's not possible, actually.
So that was super fun.
Okay, I just learned something new.
Well, I am leaving tomorrow to State College for Maryland, preparing to leave, so my good things to come. So I'm hoping to maintain my euchre champion. My sister and I are currently the reigning champions in the family, so we're
Nice.
maintain it.
I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Baltimore, which never been, so looking forward to that for vacation.
All I can think of is hairspray.
Is what? Here,
Good
right.
news, I'm out. It's raining.
Yeah.
Great for my line.
Yes, it didn't rain enough at my house, so that's not my good thing. But my tomatoes are starting to ripen finally, so that's been exciting. And I got to see my nephew for the first time in several months over the weekend, and lots of fun playing with the puppy and making cars go on the kitchen table.
Lots of good things. We have a big exhibition opening tomorrow, the Stephen Sprouse exhibition. He's an Indiana designer, worked for Halston, friends with Warhol, super fun. Hi there. And I am heading out on vacation for 2 weeks, and I
Whoa.
cannot wait. So Friday is my last day in the office for the month of July, and I'm super excited about that.
Very cool. Say what's good is fresh in my mind. Yesterday, I had a friend that passed away 2 years ago. So it's supposed to be good news, I know. He was left behind by a wife and 2 kids, and there's a group of us friends that we do memorial golf charity for them every year. So this was the second year that we've done it, and we raised somewhere like $25,000 for the family. So it's pretty cool to do that and see the family there and how thankful they were and all that good stuff. So it's great. So we're gonna put you on the spot. So I think we're all through. Hello.
Oh, no, hello, I had another meeting over there
You're
across
fine.
the way. I'm
So
sorry.
it's a pretty easy one today. What's some good news that's happened in the last since we've seen you last?
Good news. Good news. I don't know. You are putting me in the spot. Well, it's been a good summer so far. A lot of family. My younger daughter graduated from Fishers High School, so we are really excited. And Krista's going to the transition program at HSE High School to work on getting a meaningful job in the community and do some shadowing and build some workforce skills. So she's excited.
Great. Well, thank you. We have the consent agenda approval that has the previous minutes, and it has the fiscal report, community and public relations staff report, and the UDO community arts subcommittee report. We get a motion to approve the consent agenda as is.
I'll make a motion to approve as is.
Second.
Second, any discussion on that? Any changes to it? Good. All in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
And one abstention, just because I wasn't here last month, so I'm just
Okay.
not gonna vote on it, so.
Cool, thank you. New business, Marissa, I believe you have a parks report.
We pulled off Spark Fishers a week long of Spark Fishers. Gosh, it was 2 weeks ago now. My opinion, the most successful that we had. But got that feedback from others too, so I'll move it on. It was, it's really great how we spread out the nights and kind of able to focus on different components. The Carnar show is kind of, for me, one of the standouts.
We took on the Saxony Market this season. That has seen not great attendance so far. So we're thinking of creative ways to get people out there. Talking about the idea of throwing some makers into that space and allowing them to sell. Typically, it's just foods. But that's kind of where we're at with that one. We've also seen terrible weather it's Wednesday evenings, and we've just had the worst luck. There was like a tornado, there was, rain, it was just not great stuff. So we'll keep you apprised if we put if we open it up to makers as well. I think that is everything that I have. We've been running some really great summer camps at Maker Playground. Been activating. We have 3 to 4 different classrooms that kind of all open up into one, but we've been activating at least 3 every single day with different summer camps. Partnering with IAC and Snapology and High Frequency Arts and then some kind of standalone other partners. And we have Coda Whitskins mural camp coming up next week, I believe, starting on Monday. So they're going to be, we're resurfacing both sides of that Fisher's Arts wall that we built at Brook School Park. And then she has 14 kiddos that are going to be going through the mural camp next week. So I will share pictures of the finished product. And that's all I have.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Marissa?
Marissa, I wanted to congratulate the Parks and Recreation Department on the award for the Makerspace.
Yes.
Can you just share for everyone that may not know about that? It came out today.
It did.
About the recognition you received?
Yes, yeah. So I'll actually share with the group. We didn't proof that press release, so I'm not exactly sure what went out. But the National Parks Recreation Association awarded us a national recognized award. There were 200 different parks systems that were up for new spaces, and so the Maker Playground won for a new creative space. Yeah.
That's cool. Very exciting.
Yeah, super exciting.
I haven't seen
Thank
it
you.
yet, so it's new news to me.
Yeah, I will share it. I saw the email come out and I was like, oh, okay.
The summer camp's been great too, so I
So
think
great.
there's kids in there, they're doing their fashion today or something, there's like sewing machines.
Yeah, they're like literally like sewing their own outfits. At the end of the week, they'll come out like wearing what they design. It's so cool.
Anything we can do to support you?
No, I think we're good right now. Thank you.
All right. Somebody filling in for Ross?
Yes, would be myself, Megan Vukovic. I'm the Director of Planning and Zoning. So just a couple of updates here. So first, the RFQ subcommittee did meet recently to review a new RFQ for a proposed art installation along the Nickel Plate Trail. This is a part of a new development for a building going in over in the tech park. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen to show you guys what the committee had decided. And this is just conceptual, so we're still working with the artist on the final design. But this gives you an idea of what that final product could look like. It's supposed to be interactive, vibrant. There's a lot of great submissions, but this is a local artist out of Indianapolis. And the group really felt like this was the best choice for this location. So I wasn't a part of those conversations, but I did have a chance to review all the other art submissions, and I believe a few of you guys were on there as well. So I don't know if anyone else has anything to add on that review process, but I think this is going to be a really great product, and I love that it's interactive, especially for those along the trail.
I just wanted to say, I know Ross, I think, felt a little pressure at the end of that because there was kind of a tie amongst the group, and I really support this direction. I think this is good, and that the few things we mentioned about the challenges with this design, I'm sure can be worked out with the artist. So I think in terms of vibrancy and everything else, that's exciting.
Yeah, I was down to 2 finalists, and the committee really just couldn't decide, so staff chose this one, and we're excited about it. That's been the overall reaction, so we're glad good with that. And then just want to highlight some existing RFQs that are out there right now, and they're for other art projects along the Nickel Plate Trail. So one is for just tunnel artwork, and then there's another RFQ out for the Legacy Plaza mural. So lots of great art opportunities along the trail. Those are both open until August 19th. So for you all to just keep pushing those out for any artists that you know would be interested in those opportunities. And then those will go through the same process that the mural that we just looked at went through. All right, any questions for staff?
Can I just make a quick comment? For quite a while now, we've just had this really good cadence of RFQ after RFQ. And what I've seen so far and what I've heard is, one is that is allowing us as a community to get to know new artists and understand, and we can't pick them all, but it informs us. In addition, the artists start to know our community, and that buzz is getting out there too. So I think lastly, it also speaks to I think the process is impeccable. Just how we go through it is very professional, very fair, very open to creativity, and that goes a long way. And I have to say, artists talk amongst themselves, so to have that kind of stature as a community to these artists really mean a lot. So we're off to the races. It's good stuff, Megan. Thank you. And I'll thank Ross too. He's been
really
a great
the one.
leader of the projects.
Yep.
Great, thank you. Any other questions, comments? Anything we can do to support you or help you?
Just keep getting the word out on those RFQs.
All right, we can do that. Aileen, I believe that's you next.
The Creative Council met on the 26th, which really was not that long ago, it feels like. And we met at the Indianapolis Art Center. We had a great tour of the facility with Mark. And they provided us with a couple of nice art activities. So the members of the Creative Council kind of got to be creative together. And then Ashley had sort of an informal setup for the design thinking activity that she had designed to help talk everyone through expectations for the Art Center. So those, I believe, were gathered and reflected in the communications report that we approved at the top of this meeting. She created some word clouds out of that. There is still an open survey link for that as well for Creative Council members to continue to participate in. And Ryan, who's subbing in for Fishers Arts Council tonight and is on my staff, has made that link available to all the members of the Creative Council. So if there's still anyone else who feels like they don't quite understand the process yet or haven't been able to share their feedback, that is open, and we'll continue to look at it. We several of the Creative Council members took the opportunity to have a good one-on-one conversation with Mark, and so I think that went a long way towards helping to illustrate the existing lay of the land here, and that's something we want to continue to build on. Mark shared a lot of information about not only the existing facility, but the ways in which that facility needs to make use of the new facility in Fishers, kind of what their needs and expectations are. And so I think that's also helpful to allow some of the Creative Council members to know how those pieces fit together. That doesn't mean that those are the only things that will be available in that space, but I think it was a good insight into thinking about how that model moves up here, just, basement level thinking about that. I'm trying to think if there were any other, Ryan, I'm looking at you, that pretty much covers it, right? We shared upcoming events. We want to still continue to build the calendar, so using this year as a record of when things were scheduled, and we've been noticing that a lot of upcoming events aren't showing up on that This is Fishers page, so we're trying to figure out, is it a submission issue? Is it a pull-through issue? What's going on with that? So that by the end of this year, hopefully we can have that sense of this is kind of the shape of the normal season. But I do just want to emphasize too that Ryan is doing a fantastic job in sort of increasing the amount of attention we can give to those Creative Council members and keep that communication consistent. So that's been a big shift and expansion of our skill set at Nickel Plate.
that we can do for you and the Creative Council?
Right now, I think just continue, as you're out in the community and talking to folks, make sure they're connected to that, because we feel a little bit like we're not hearing things from the group, and we can't tell if that's just because it's summer or if it's because they've felt like action isn't happening there. So help us reinforce those connections so that we can keep a really good open conduit to this commission.
Can do.
Ailey, the next Creative Council is August 22nd,
That is correct.
and no location quite yet?
Correct. We
Okay.
will survey the group a little closer to August 22nd to see what they want and who's available.
And what is the pathway for folks? How do they raise their hand to get, the invitation?
Anyone who sends contact information to me, either Ryan or I will add it to our contact spreadsheet, which is what we use every single time we email out to that group. And then Ryan will also reach out and just sort of do a quick orientation to those folks, make sure they know what to expect. Yeah.
Thank you. Laura's not here, so I think you're up again, Haley.
Yeah, so I'm actually turning it over to Ryan so that we have some separation of roles.
Yeah, so they had, I got a list here, so I'll read it. I apologize, I don't know well enough. But for Fish Arts Council, June 4th, the St. George had an event for nonprofits. No notes on that, that's all she has. Les is very excited about their second Friday. So they had they had 53 guests for 2 artists. I know they sold some paintings, so that's always exciting. And they assisted with the ASCCF order and installed their hanging system, so they wanted to say thank you for the grant for the hanging system funds. So if you've ever hung art, you need nice stuff, otherwise it takes forever. So it's very good. Art in the Prairie was the second year. They had 850 plus patrons, 41 artists, vendors. They had Janice participate free of charge. One of the things with Janice, I'll say, they're starting to really connect to the community. So that's just something that Yolanda keeps asking, what else can I come see? Who else is available? So if you know something that might serve that population, that's somebody to reach out to. So, yeah. Oh, lost my spot. Hosted Spark, you guys talked a little bit about that. Creative activities, printmaking, intro to drawing, musical instruments, and the Thanks to a Neighborhood grant from Walmart to Fishers. They served as the Juneteenth Jubilee fiscal sponsorship and kind of helped the students plan into the meeting. She said a worthwhile event with good turnout between 500 and 700 people, and people were really pleased. And then I mentioned the car and the art show, planning several months with Holly from MBE and the car guys. 30 artists, vendors, and 2 demonstrating artists. Well received. Artists were pleased, and the planning team felt it was a good event. And then 2 things coming up. July marked our second exhibit in the Collaboration Hub, this time with Hamilton County Artists Association. Have 9 artists on display and had 43 guests join us at the second. And she said 3 pieces of artwork. I realize that's a repeat. We may not get the weekday traffic at City Hall. We're confident in our second Friday event, as everyone loves the new space and its community comfort feel. And then last but not least, at this point, they're confirming artist vendors for Harvest Fest September 11th. They've had over 55 artists apply and expect to have about 40 on display, along with 3 or 4 musical acts. We're still solidifying our nonprofits. We plan to have the Fishers Park Foundation, Fishers Police Corps, Studio Outside the Box, Fishers Youth Mentoring Initiative, and Fishers Historical Society. And they're hoping to add 3 or 4 by the end of the month. That's it. That's all I got.
Thank you. I think that's everything. We already announced that, you want to go ahead and announce it again?
Well, so I do have some Nickel Plate Arts updates too that weren't included in.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Confused.
So there are 3 new exhibits hanging in Fishers that Nickel Plate is coordinating. 2 that Nickel Plate's coordinating and 1 that Fishers Arts Council is coordinating. 1 at Meyer Najum and 1 at Fort A. Ray. The reception for Fort A. Ray was just this past Monday, and it was a small but mighty crowd who enjoyed food and beer as well as art. So if you're there, if you're eating sometime soon, check out Michael Jack is an incredible photographer with a really amazing eye. And then we have Marianne Glick at Meyer Najum. She is a big player in the local arts community, so I would highly recommend that you mark your calendar for July 29th for her reception, which I believe is from 5 to 8 there, to drop by, see her, see what she's been working on. Nickel Plate is about to present next level creative business trainings, which have been funded by the Indiana Arts Commission and the Small Business Center of Indiana. And those are going to be great professional development opportunities for artists, so help us spread the word about those too. Those will also go out to the Creative Council, but we're going to have business professionals from all different aspects of the arts, from exciting things like taxes all the way to like planning your brand journey and stuff like that. Things that artists ask for a lot include things like how do you set your pricing. So we'll have 3 days of workshops that folks can sign up for free, which is, I think, really cool. So that's coming up July 21st through the 23rd. And then our annual meeting is tomorrow, and you're all invited to come see. We'll share a lot of metrics about our impact in Hamilton County, some of the things we've learned about sort of the economics of art in the past year, as well as what our upcoming plans are, and a little discussion about things like how the Art Center is going to help shape the arts community going forward. That's from 5 to 6 on our campus in Noblesville. And then just want to remind you, Hamilton County Artists Association is hosting Art Fair on the Square, which is their biggest signature art event of the year, on August 6th on the Courthouse Square in Noblesville. A great opportunity to shop and meet local artists. And they are a partner who actively has an exhibit at the Hub, I believe, the Collaboration Hub right now. So with presence in Fishers. And then finally, we just received a note from Flexware yesterday, I think, that they are planning a public art project. There is an information session on Thursday of this week. We hope to, I literally just got this info, so we'll get this sent out to the Creative Council. It's gonna be for a sculpture. They've been collecting found art objects that they wanna incorporate into a sculpture, and they'll be accepting applications for that through the end of July, from what I understand. So another community partner we've recognized in the past who's still active in the art scene. Those are all my updates.
Well, thank you. Will you tell us again when the Creative Council is?
It is August 22nd at 4 p.m., location to be determined. If anyone wants to volunteer, that's great.
Thank you. And I guess as an announcement that's not on here, this is the last time we're meeting in this building. So say goodbye when you leave. You're not coming back before it gets torn out, I guess. And then one more thing to throw in there, because we're done early. We're short one member on the commission, so does anyone know anyone that would be, that we should consider to join us? Off the top of your head? I mean, we sent an email as well, but I thought we'd open it up for discussion.
So this just popped into my head, but because the Hamilton County Community Foundation is now hosting an art space, it might be interesting to have one of their staff participate.
Any recommendation from there, name-wise?
Gina's the one who jumps to mind. I can make that contact for you.
Okay. Well, I'll have Ross send out an email, and then we can all just respond to that, and then we can start the process now. But any other names that you want to throw out now and discuss? Okay. Well, we're early.
Yeah, I just want to make one more announcement on
Yeah.
the next
We
meeting
don't have time,
location.
I'm sorry. How long does this announcement take?
I'll be quick.
Okay.
As David mentioned, this is the last time we're going to be in this room. Next meeting is going to be in the fire station right next door. So just wanted to make sure everyone is familiar with where that space is. It should be the entrance right off this parking lot. It's right as you enter the door. It's their training room. And then moving forward, we're going to be at Launch Fishers, I would say, for the next year. We're just going to be in the fire station the next meeting. So bear with us as we try to coordinate all of these different meeting spaces. We're trying to facilitate all of that now.
All right, any final words? Motion for adjournment? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Meeting over, thank you.